So the other night when I was making my video at a Java Film Festival featuring the different artists and talking about geekdom in general, quite a few people surprisingly stopped me to talk about the show. They wanted to take pictures with me. A couple people actually asked me for autographs. That was awesome. I'm definitely not autograph worthy, but that was very cool, so thank you. But the thing I want to focus on today is the questions. A bunch of people asked me questions. So today, I'm going to answer all of your questions that you guys asked me. And I'm absolutely going to do what the cool kids say and keep it 100. I don't know who actually came up with that quote, but whoever it was is full of shit. They absolutely do not do what they love for their full-time job, because once you start doing what you love for a full-time job, not only is it about 10 times more work than it would be to show up to a 9-to-5 job, it is 10 times more stressful. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to be burning the candle at both ends. I can't remember the last time I went to bed earlier than like 3 a.m. Right now, as I'm recording this video, I'm sick as a dog, as you guys can probably hear in my voice. But YouTube doesn't care if you don't feel good. YouTube wants content, and that's what I'm giving you guys today. So, no, it is not true. If you do what you love, it will feel like work. Is doing what you love as a job worth it? Yes, it can be. It can be amazing. It can be invigorating. You know, you get your creative juices flowing. You get to do some really great projects, and sometimes, every once in a while, you'll finish a project and you just think to yourself, man, that is amazing. I did a great job. I'm really proud of myself. That was fun. This is why I do what I love for work. Don't expect it to be all roses and fun and to not feel like work, because it's definitely work. No, it is not worth it. Not when you're that young, all right? What I recommend, if you are a filmmaker or you're interested in being a filmmaker, or you're just messing around trying to learn things, is keep whatever your main job is. If you're going to university, worry about university, worry about your job, and do the filmmaking thing as a side hustle. Make a little money with it on the side, but more importantly, you need to really get out there and make a lot of mistakes. You need to make mistakes. You need to try to do a bunch of things. You need to, take these big swings and really whiff, just miss incredibly, and that project comes out not very well. It's with these mistakes that you'll really become a better filmmaker. I've been doing this 10 years and I still don't know so many things. Make sure you're watching all the tutorials and all the different videos that you can. Make sure you're asking advice. Make sure you talk to all your filmmaker friends and ask them how to do things. Fast forward and I'm done with school and I am in Kuwait doing a job as a precision driving instructor, and I'm playing paintball on a team, but we needed advertising, we needed marketing, we needed stuff to get more sponsors. So I created this video of me getting shot by about 2,000 paintballs, which was very painful, but it got a lot of attention. And from there I said, you know what, this video came out pretty good. Let me try making some more videos. So I made some more videos about the paintball team, about the country, and then somebody saw it. They asked if I could do a video for them, which was some dancers. And then from there, it just kind of spread out and spread out and spread out. So I went from paintball videos to dancers, to action sports, to documentaries, to big gigs for some pretty famous clientele, whether it was companies or influencers or whatever. I did a lot of stuff, and it got to the point where I didn't have to call anybody. I didn't have to send out emails. I didn't have to do anything. People were calling me and emailing me and messaging me, and tweeting to me. So it got to the point while I was in Kuwait that I was making money hand over fist doing what I loved. It was great to be a filmmaker. So basically what I'm saying is it's going to be really rough at first, all right? When you become a filmmaker, even if it's as your side hustle, for every, success that you have, you're going to have like 10 failures, and you're going to feel like quitting all the time. You will just get exhausted, you'll be depressed, and then once in a while, you'll do that really cool video that just knocks it out of the park, or it makes you happy, it impresses people, you get a good amount of people to see it. But if you aren't ready to grind, if you aren't ready to deal with, failure and disappointment and massive amounts of hard work, if you're not ready to get aged, to gain weight, to be stressed, filmmaking might not be for you. Now, if you're okay with all that stuff and you know that ahead of time, filmmaking might be the job for you if that's what you've been thinking about. But again, don't go full-time straight away. get your side hustle going and build a name for yourself, get your skills up, then maybe think about going full-time. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do not do YouTube full time. It takes a long time before your channel can get monetized. I've been a firefighter. I've been a precision driving instructor. I've been a cable guy. I worked at McDonald's. I worked at Little Caesars. This is by far the most stressful, the hardest job that I've ever had my entire life. Yes, this job is harder and more stressful than firefighting. I had a much more relaxed time going into buildings that were burning and collapsing and trying to save dying people than I do making YouTube videos. Now, I know that sounds like hyperbole, but it's not. YouTube is hard, all right? The algorithm does not care about you. The algorithm is all on YouTube, and the algorithm hates new creators. The algorithm hates when you try to do a different kind of thumbnail. You try to cater towards certain audiences. Now, my videos, they're made for like legit geeks, whether they be gamers or film lovers, TV lovers, and stuff like that. Don't come with some false facade hoping that it's going to get you views and everything else. Yes, you should be a little more enthusiastic. Like right now, for instance, I'm sick as a dog. I feel miserable, but I'm putting on this happy face and being energetic while I talk about why you should or should not become a YouTuber. And why am I sick right now? Basically because I'm a YouTuber. You put so much time and effort and work into it, it's going to be really exhausting. What's going to get you the most views and clicks and all that engagement and everything on YouTube is whatever's trending, and that's usually not gonna be you. If you are a YouTuber, you have to do you. You always have to be yourself. You can't put on a show and just be somebody else. Like me, what you see is what you get. That's why, you know, when the episodes come on, I'm not like, what's up everybody? Geeky Amreeki here, coming to you live from Doha, Qatar, talking about the latest and greatest in geek culture. No. One, I don't have that much energy, right? I'm 42. I'm old, I'm fat, I'm out of shape. You know, my health is in severe decline. I'm gonna kick the bucket any day. So I don't have time for all that loudness and craziness. I'm not Logan Paul. I'm just Tim. I'm the Geeky Amreeki. So I'm gonna talk to you like I would talk to you if we were having a discussion. Now, because of that, you're not gonna get this big, massive following. You will get a dedicated following that builds over time like I am starting to get. My average video, say for a movie, is about 8 hours of work, not counting, watching the movie and taking my notes. That's another 2 hours or so. Now, if it's a TV series, add 10 to 23 hours, depending on how many episodes you had to watch. If it's a game review, holy crap. Games now, the average game is like 60 hours. So to have a real, honest review of a game that has integrity, not like an IGN or a GameSpot video where they've played the game 6 or 10 hours and then they say, oh, this is what the game is like. You're looking at like 130 hours of work. You have to play the whole game. You have to finish it, especially if you do like I do, where whatever I talk about in the video, I actually show clips that correlate with what I'm saying. Now, a lot of YouTubers, they just put reviews of games and they put random gameplay footage. That's not how it should be. My thing is if I'm saying something about it, that's what should be shown, because to me, if you're not showing those specific examples, then can you really talk about them? Can you really prove that you're speaking from experience? But if you're a YouTuber full-time or not, you better be ready for some bitter disappointment. You're gonna put so much time, effort, and tender loving care into your work. You're gonna make a video once in a while that you just know for sure is a banger. It came out great. It has good information, it's funny, it's informative, nobody watches it, or you're only in the double digits and it stays that way. For instance, I made this pretty amazing video about mass shootings and if violent media causes people to go out and become mass shooters, if video games or movies or TV shows make people more violent. That video is like 30 minutes. It has all this great information and archival footage going back to the 90s, facts, funny stuff. It's a good video. I'm really proud of it. It's got a couple hundred views. Meanwhile, a week later, a guy puts out a video about the same thing. Of course, his findings are all wrong. Most of it's not backed up with facts or studies or anything, and he actually says that people are violent because of movies and TV and video games. And that video got millions and millions of views, and the production value is crap. He had the right thumbnail, his take was controversial, and that's all that really matters when it comes to YouTube, I guess. So if you're going to become a YouTuber, you have to stay true to yourself. You have to prepare for things to take a really long time to kick in. That being said, Do I want to do something else? No. All of these questions that you guys ask, these 3 questions, are all about filmmaking and YouTube. I am a filmmaker. That is me. That is me as a person. You know what I mean? It's not just my job. I am a YouTuber. That's part of who I am. It's my creative outlet. It's what I love. Ultimately, even, if I have valid points, you have to do what you think is best for you. No matter what it is, whether it's YouTube or filmmaking in general, photography, painting, dancing, anything. Somebody asked me how I was able to be so confident on stage when I was moderating the talk with Abby Trott. Honestly, before the event started, I was crapping myself. I was so nervous. I read my note cards a bunch of times. I was trying to relax, and it reminds me of like a year ago. I was at this comedy show in the backstage filming a documentary, and Trevor Noah was there, okay? And Trevor Noah was like pacing back and forth. And I asked him, I'm like, dude, why are you jumping around? Why are you pacing? And he was like, man, I'm nervous. And I'm like, do you really still get nervous? And he said, absolutely. Before every show, I am so nervous. And I was really surprised, but it made me happy because it showed that no matter how successful you get, nerves are a good thing. It's like fear, you know what I mean? Like, you should be nervous. You should fear certain things. It helps keep you on your toes. It helps keep you cautious. You just have to keep trying. You have to keep practicing. You have to do something enough that it kind of comes natural to you, and then you'll have that confidence. It's like this show, for instance, right? If you look at my earlier videos, my delivery wasn't as smooth because I was nervous and I was still trying to figure out what's what. Confidence is just a state of mind. It's like pain. I have this massive pain tolerance. I have the unofficial world record for being shot by 3,000 paintballs, and it hurt so bad. I was able to kind of force the pain out, go someplace else. Now, no matter what your state of mind is or how confident you are, if there's something you can't do or something you're not quite ready for, then be honest with whoever you're talking to about that. Because if you try to do something and you're not ready for it, you might bomb, you might fail at it. If it's something that's not high stakes and it's something you feel like you're nervous about, but you think you can do if you really put your mind to it, then go for it. But if you know for a fact, like, man, I can't do that, or I don't know how to do this, don't go jumping into that deep end because you're gonna drown. So for a quick recap, confidence is really just a state of mind. It's you doing something enough that you get comfortable with it. It's just being comfortable in your own skin. It's enjoying eustress. It's something where there's a challenge and you feel like you can overcome it, so you really want to try at it. That's it. That's how you get confidence. Confidence really comes down to being yourself, loving yourself, and hoping that people will dig you and what you have to say. And if they don't, being comfortable with the fact that not everybody's going to dig it. So those are the questions that I got the other night that really made me think and really made me want to address them in length, because when a lot of people ask them, it felt like they see this as like this glorious, super glitzy, fun kind of thing. And it can be fun, it can be glitzy, it can be glorious, it can be amazing. Basically, if you're thinking about, being a filmmaker or YouTuber, public speaker, or doing whatever your hobby is as a full-time job, you really need to take an inventory, of yourself, look at the pros and cons, and ask yourself if it's really something you want to do as a full-time gig. The only person who can tell you what is right is you yourself. You're the only person who's going to know. Everybody in the world can give you tons of advice, but they don't know what's what because they are not you. They don't know how you feel. They don't know your emotional state. Only you can help you. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I hope I answered you guys' questions, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.